CC. To the local police, they gave her the name Jane Doe Ponytail. Her real name was Song Yang. She came to the United States in 2013 with her husband. It became apparent shortly after that her husband was too old for kitchen work, and she soon became the only means of income. She was a health aide. She even took a massage therapy course with the hopes of getting into that. Ultimately, Song Yang, who was in her mid-30s at the time, became privy to a new job opportunity working on the streets of Flushing, Queens. Song Yang began working out of 135-32 40th Road in Flushing, Queens, offering illicit massages and sexual acts to Johns. It was said that she would pay as much as $400 a night, renting the room on the 4th floor of this building.
What I really am trying to do with this story is get people to do what police claim to do all day. Police claim to look at the story, look at relative information in the story, look at prior bad actors in the story, people associated with people, right? So if we do this, right, if we do what they claim to do, I guarantee you, man, y'all gonna see that something is wrong with this story, right? So pay close attention, you know what I mean, to the original commentator's side of everything, how he put everything together. And I want you really to analyze it. And you tell me, what do you think really happened? Did this woman just simply commit suicide? Because I've looked at it from multiple ways already, right? So I looked at it as an honor killing, all right? Everybody believes Asians do shit like that, you know what I mean? Because of movies and because of history. It actually used to happen, you know what I mean? We know Korean soldiers, you know what I mean? We know Japanese soldiers, you know, with the kamikaze.
She would keep in contact with her family, and there's even documented conversations that she would have with a lawyer, speaking on the physical abuse that she endured while working on the streets. One event in particular where she stated a law enforcement agent put a gun to her head and forced her to perform oral sex. Song Yang would be arrested 3 times while doing this work on the streets, with her 3rd arrest occurring in September of 2017, just 2 months before her death in November. Now, over the past couple of years, there have been articles in newspapers about the NYPD VICE squad and some of the hot water that they found themselves in. A lot of community activists feel that they are making situations worse at times, and they're trying to shed light on some of the corruption that has been going on in the VICE squad and other NYPD agencies. In this article that I'm showing you here, one of the officers arrested worked in the 109th precinct, which services the immediate vicinity where the events took place on November 25th, 2017.
But back to Song Yang, and so we already understand that she made allegations against the same law enforcement people, the same people that came to her that night with the setup, sending a decoy.
On November 25th, 2017. On November 24th, 2017, an undercover agent working with the NYPD VICE squad calls to the apartment at 135-32 40th Road and makes an appointment to meet with Cece the next day. The footage you are seeing here is from the next day, November 25th, 2017. You could see the VICE officer up top meeting with Cece. He goes into the apartment. He would soon leave after, saying that it was bad business and he was unhappy with the service. The bottom left, you could see the VICE agents entering the apartment stairwell, and on the right, you could see the scene from the street. Cece, aka Jane Doe Ponytail, real name Song Yang, would have seen these VICE agents coming up the stairs. She had soon panicked as she realized she had nowhere to go, and she would soon be arrested once again. Ultimately, she would leap from the 4th floor balcony, and she would be pronounced dead by the next morning.
So you tell me, what happened to Song Yang? What happened to this young Asian woman, man, that happened to be a prostitute? that fell on hard times and became a prostitute. You tell me what really happened to this woman. And you tell me, should you really, should you really be trusting the law enforcement the way you trust them? It's to me, we're all human beings. We all have weaknesses. We all have failings. You know what I mean? And just because you a cop don't mean you ain't a criminal, or you can't be one, or you're not willing to be one, or it isn't easier for you to be one. You show me a good cop. You show me the cop that came forward now and says that this was a murder. You show me the cop that's